Hello and welcome to The Spill, where we analyze what the news is spilling to the public and we spill our own juice to the watchers and listeners of this program. So take a seat and a sip and get real comfortable. Welcome to The Spill
Hey,
with
everybody.
Jasmine and Naya.
I was real ready for that.
You're ready to wave. That's real cute.
Oh, got so much shade.
I, however, was not ready to wave.
Well, then don't wave.
I won't. I actually don't like waving, but it is what it is.
Okay.
It looks real thirsty. Like waving looks real thirsty to me. Like overall thirsty. Like, oh my God, hello. Can't wait to see you. Like, I just can't do it. I can't do it.
I
Can't do
mean,
it.
it's cool when you can like wave at somebody and keep it moving because they ain't got to stop for the hug. Sometimes you don't want to be all up, all of this all the time. All the people's just, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving.
I never like to hug people. I'm like, get out of my space, homeboy, homegirl. It ain't going down.
You know, so.
It's not mean. It's just that I don't want to touch people
Mm-hmm.
that I don't like.
And that's a lot of people, isn't it?
I just feel like touching should be selective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just selective. Anyway, another thing that's selective is the Grammys.
I didn't watch the Grammys because I couldn't find my remote. I actually hadn't seen it
What?
in a few weeks. I couldn't find my remote, and then I wanted to find it because I wanted to watch State of the Union the next day, and I couldn't find it still. So I had to live stream that, which was a lie. But I did see the recap tweets and blog posts and tweeted text messages from one winner to somebody who got robbed.
Mm,
I was reading all about it. I'm glad I didn't watch it because
mm.
it feels like I ain't missed nothing except for apparently Beyonce came out looking like
Who shot John?
with ramen
Oh.
noodle in her hair. I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
wow.
I saw a bunch of memes later, people putting ramen noodles on their hair or on their heads, and then like taking pictures, like "Fucking love." I'm at the Grammys, so I don't know. Guess I didn't miss much. Who knows?
I actually didn't watch either. I took my ass to sleep in true grandma fashion. I heard a lot of people talking about Lord's performance and
I saw
whatever.
pictures. Man, she looks so aged. Like singing that song on the road must really tear her life up.
Really? But she's not even that old. I feel like she's under 18.
She looks like
Isn't she like
she
16?
looked like a middle-aged woman. Like in the video, she looked like a teenager who was like, yeah, talking about not being royals and all that like sideways shade that she threw at a bunch of people. But that performance, she looked like she was singing about back in the day one time when her and her friends used to get together and talk shit. She looks tired. She looked like all my life I had to fight and then some. Don't make no sense.
Not the color purple. Not the color purple. You know what though? Like I am gonna hate for a few seconds because the song won a Grammy. It was Song of the Year.
That's a
It's
stretch.
Lord Royals. Now, I just feel like the song is anticlimactic. Like, I don't understand when I should be hyped during the song. Is it when she starts?
It's when they say
Or is
royals in the
it
background.
or is it when they start being like, well, everybody's like, gold chains, rap, laugh, is that what I'm supposed to be like, extra, extra hype? Like, I don't understand because the song is like, I don't understand. It feels like someone's dying. Like, it
Maybe
isn't
that's
even
why they let
like,
her dress up like that.
like, I needed to have some moments where I'm like, she hit that note like is getting there, like she's getting down, but I don't feel like that during the song, and I really feel really sad that it's the song of the year, like song of the year, like the year 2013. It was the shit for the whole damn year. I'm like, what? But anyway, I will say record of the year went to Get Lucky by Dat Piff and Song of the Year Royals by Lord. Best new artist though had a lot of controversy over it, and it was Macklemore and Ryan Lewis,
Oh
but
yeah.
he beat out Ed Sheeran, which is a great musician.
Oh.
Um, James Blake, which we all know is like my swirl in the coffee that I would love to get to know, to get in between my sheets, everything. I just really want to know. I
Wait.
just really want him to sing them notes during retrograde.
Yo, retrograde. Okay,
Like
that's just
that
another
hum.
story.
Can he just hum to me? I'll take off all my clothes, I promise you. Um, and then it was Kendrick Lamar and Casey Musgraves, which I'm not really familiar with Casey, but I am gonna get very familiar with them very soon. But it just seemed like it was very I wasn't surprised that Macklemore won. He has a lot of hits on the radio, top 40s. He's really doing it big this year, so I'm not really surprised. However, he sent a text to Kendrick Lamar saying that Kendrick Lamar got robbed during the Grammys. And I mean, that's his opinion. I mean, another person that I love to death, another Gemini in life that is killing the
Oh
game. But
gosh. Oh,
the thing I went, sorry, so basically, Macklemore sent a text to Kendrick Lamar saying that you got robbed during the Grammys. Kendrick Lamar said that his Grammys were well deserved. And that was the response.
Can I read the text?
You can read the
Because this
text,
it
homie.
wasn't just that simple. Hold on. I need to find a good picture of this text. Hold on.
Hold up. Hold up.
All right. I
And
ain't see
that's
the whole
coming
thing,
straight from
but
Kendrick Lamar.
it's
Mm-mm.
addressed to Kendrick Real.
Mm.
You got robbed. I wanted you to win. You should have. It's weird and sucks that I robbed you. I was going
Mm.
to say that during the speech. Then the music started playing during my speech and I froze. Anyway, congrats on this year and your music. Appreciate you as an artist and a friend. Much love.
Mm.
Pause. Because there are a lot of flags that we could throw on the plate. First of all, to my understanding, Macklemore did not only win one award.
Oh
So,
no.
unless this was the final award that he won for the night, and then he froze after being on stage 4 times and didn't know how to handle, saying one more thing into the mic. Don't talk about I was about to say something and what had happened was the music had came on and I couldn't shout you out. Don't be up there lying.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Second of all, you know what it is. I'm not even gonna talk about that. You know what it is. You got robbed. I wanted you to win. It sucks that I robbed you. It's like
Shade.
you gonna tell somebody they got robbed and let them know that they should have had it fine, but don't be like, yeah, and I'm the one who took it. Damn, son, that's
Shade.
odd. Well, just leave it at that. That's
Shade.
odd.
It's
Third,
not odd, it's
why is
shade.
this text message floating around from his phone?
Mm.
How is it that this is not the text that Kendrick received? This is the text that Macklemore sent. It's blue. It says Kendrick Real at the top. I know how to use an iPhone. Ain't nobody
Mm.
slick. Why we all needed to see this text message less than 24 hours after the Grammys? Less than 12 hours, I saw it. Why do we all need to know that this is the case? Do we need to know that you know what I'm saying, you really meant this stuff that was in this text message? Like you meant these things because you let us all know that you said it. I mean, for that, you could have just tweeted if that's what you were trying to do. Like, you could have just went on a little Twitter rant and said, oh my gosh, Kendrick should have got this. I'm so hurt that I robbed him and I stole his award. This is some bullshit. This is some
I
straight bitch
mean,
shit. I don't got time for this.
I agree. I think there's a lot of shade there. I think that Macklemore seems like a nice person on interviews and all of that jazz, but I do think there's a little shade coming. at Kendrick in this instance. I was surprised that Kendrick didn't win any Grammys this year because he did have a really good year in music. But you know, you win some, you lose some, and I think that he's going to come back strong next year and possibly win something. So I'm not, you know, I'm still rooting for my boo, my boo, my boo.
All
Sorry.
right.
Anyway, but another thing that I was really excited about during the Grammys was best R&B performance.
Hmm.
Something by Snarky Puppy and Layla Hathaway. Now, let me just tell y'all that I'm like a Donny Hathaway, like fiend, Layla Hathaway fiend. First of all, I feel like their voices feel like butter, like like gravy on smothered pork chops, like huh, like butter on anything. Just like come on, come on, come on. Let the church say amen. Anyway, but that performance was ridiculous. And I sent it to you, Naya,
Mm.
because she had the little train whistle thing going on. Remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
weird
When she was
sound when
doing
she
like the
was singing the
Tibetan monks and
chord?
hitting like multiple notes at the same time.
She was sitting like a chord or something crazy during the performance where it was ridiculous. And even the musicians, the musicians in the background were like, what is this unearthly
Mm-hmm.
sound coming from her? And like she did it like 3 times. So they were the first time everybody was like, oh my God, what was that? The second time everybody was like, yo, that was dope. And then the third time everybody was like, oh, she did it again. Like it was insane. But I love the performance. I think that it is a well deserved award, and she won it over Love and War by Tamar, which I think that Tamar is a musical goddess. I love her voice. She is an awesome vocalist. Best of Me by Anthony Hamilton, and
Mm.
he's he just brings a little soul. He just brings fried chicken to the game. Um, Nakamura, which I haven't heard that song before, but it's by Hiatus Coyote and it features Q Tip and then How Many Drinks by Kendrick and Miguel, which I didn't understand how that all belonged in the same
That's
category because
random as
all of
shit.
those songs are like really
How
different
many
and they
drinks?
feel really
All right.
different. I feel like it's just like How Many Drinks is like I guess it's an R&B
It's a
song,
little
but
hip. It's hip hop, but people are starting to act like they don't know the difference. So
yeah, I don't know. So I just like I kind of felt weird with that being in the category, but I really felt like that
yeah, that wasn't
performance
gonna win. And
was
I feel like
a
there were
great.
several other like performances that could have been nominated. I don't see how that somebody was drinking.
I was excited to see the something performance up there. Like I was just like the Grammys did something right this year. Do you say that? I was ecstatic, like overjoyed. And I follow Layla Hathaway on Facebook and I look her up. I stalk her on YouTube. I love her to death. I sing her my voice lessons. I love her to death because everything is just smoky goodness. It's like having ribs from a smoker after 10 hours of them sitting and marinating in the juice. I just need to stop right now because I'm just going
Are you
off on a
hungry
whole
today? You done
different
been talking
tangent.
about butter, gravy, pork
No.
chops. He brings fried chicken to the game. You done put some ribs and some juice. You all right?
You know, I just that's how I feel about singing when I hear it. I turn into an old Southern woman. I am in my car, like, yes, girl, sing it, honey. That's how I get when I think about great singers, when I think about great vocalists, and that's just how I get. I'm not hungry. I ate today. I actually had ribs. Um,
With
and
some
yep,
juice.
that's it. But another food influenced event was the Super Bowl. And
Mm,
the reason I
the
say that
wing
is because
holiday of the year.
I definitely had wings. And you know, when I was going to the Super Bowl party that I was going to, I just legitimately, when I was riding through the streets, smelt fried food lingering in the air. And I thought that I was just being a little bit outrageous, but no,
No.
it was really true. Fried wings were just in the mist.
Yep.
Um, and I did not have a good time at the Super Bowl party that I went to. It's a lot of pretentious people. Made my skin itch. And a lot of side comments, a lot of shade, a lot of very interesting people. And
Interesting in a bad way. We're gonna go with.
interesting in a bad way. I hate to go to events where you come back and you say, oh, like as a woman, you come back and say, oh, Naya, I had a great time at this event. I talked to a lot of people. And you say, oh, who'd you meet? Like, who were those people? And I say, oh, they were all men.
So,
And it's not the fact that you meet men, it's the fact that no women talk to me.
well, I mean, they're not,
I feel
obviously
like it's
they're
just
up
not
after
nice.
something. They're not there to
They're not
make
nice.
female
They're
friends.
not nice. They're not nice. And I think that women should be more friendly to other women. It's not all about competition. It's supposed to be a networking event. I don't understand why any of the women were friendly.
What kind of
I got a lot
networking
of
were y'all really doing though? Like, cut the
I got a lot of
bullshit.
side
Like, this isn't
eyes.
about
I actually
going to find some people to
no,
go get manicures with. Like,
but it is supposed to be like that.
is it? Is it supposed to be
I'm not
like
even going to
that?
call out the organization, but it is supposed to be like that. And I found that there was a lot of shade and there was a lot of clicks, and I felt like I was in middle school. And I did not appreciate the experience that I had, and I don't long to have another experience, which I will not. And
Sorry to
that's all
hear
I
that,
will say
dog.
about that. Anyway, back to the Super Bowl. I watched it at this party, and by the third quarter, I was putting on my jacket to go home because it was that pitiful. When the score is like 30 something, 40 something to zero, it's really sad. It's really sad. And in the fourth quarter, the Broncos try to come back and get the little 8 points. I'm like, dude, you should just left it at zero. It looked like y'all weren't even trying. I felt like it was the most pitiful game that I had seen in a
Through the
while.
game, the commercials were weak as hell. To me, the Super Bowl is, I don't watch football all damn season, so I don't care. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
care who comes to the Super Bowl. I don't care who wins. I don't even really care where the hell it is. But the commercials and the wings must be good. The two
Mm.
things that I depend on. Good, so I'm not mad about that. It's cool. And I didn't even invest a lot into these wings. I didn't do any research. I just went across the street, got some wings. They were good. Okay.
Mm.
However, these commercials were like garbage. They were trying. I don't know what the plan was. I don't know what all the ad agencies got together and did at their little ad happy hours and talked about doing for these freaking
Ad
commercials.
happy
But I couldn't
hour.
even tell what anybody was trying to sell me. Like, they
Mm.
were taking all of these moments and then attaching, their label, their brand or whatever to the end of it so that, I'd have this feel good feeling, and then I'll see Coca-Cola and I'm like, oh yeah, so American, or whatever the hell they were doing. However, some of these things that they thought felt good didn't. Like, I was watching one commercial and there were like some dog kept running away to the neighbor or some shit. They brought the dogs back and then they put the dog in the car because it had to leave. I don't know why. Then the horses started chasing the fucking dog, like chasing the car. So the horse is chasing the car. And the driver looks back and it's like, oh shit, and then looks forward and there are like three horses standing there. Whole time, this commercial is not meant to be
No.
funny. I'm supposed to be like, oh, the if I'm driving this damn car and there are fucking horses surrounding me, I'm not having some kind of good feeling. I'm trying to figure out why the hell the horse mafia is trying to get me. They just stopped. They're not chasing me anymore. I'm stopped, they're stopped. It's a stare down. And man, woman versus horse versus horses. I don't think it's gonna go well for me. Nothing about that commercial made me say, time to crack open a Coca-Cola or whoever's commercial that was. Didn't make me want to buy a damn thing. Made me want to stay the hell away from farms. Far. Nothing. Like, I feel like the commercials were like that all night. There were like a handful, a couple of fingers full of commercials that were like worth something. Like the
Mm-hmm.
insurance commercial, that was genius. Maybe it was just genius compared to all the other shitty commercials. But it was the first commercial after the Super Bowl was over, and it was, what's his name? Some actor, I don't know. Sitting there with a pile of money shaped like a coffee table, kind of. And I don't even remember what the script was, but it was really clear copy. Like every line fed right into the next line, and you actually wanted to pay attention to what he was talking about. Grabbed you from the first moment when they made some joke about being the first commercial after the Super Bowl. However, all they wanted you to do was hashtag Esurance 30 or something like that. You could win all the money that was in that pile in front of him. My
Mm-hmm.
timeline blew up. Everybody insurance, all insurance, everything. They got all the followers. They got all the hashtags. They got all the retweets. People still retweeting them. They still come up in my
Oh
timeline.
God.
Yes, I follow them and hashtagged it too because I saw a bunch of money and I was trying to get it. So all of us, we don't know how much money that is. That could have been a whole bunch of ones with some hundreds around it. We don't even
I
know. But
can't.
everybody was down for it. Genius. Everybody
That is
else,
a good
look into
commercial.
what they did because that made sense.
I think I was asleep by the time that commercial came on. Cause legit,
Well, was over, being
at
done, and then that commercial came on.
I let the party at third quarter.
Yeah.
At the end of the third quarter, I went home. I took my ass to sleep because I had what? Work in the morning, and I have to do what? Have a reality. So I was going to work tomorrow, and I needed to go to sleep. Another commercial during the Super Bowl that had misaligned goals between selling something and the brand was GoDaddy. What is up with this lady quitting her job on national TV to become a puppet master, puppet creator? I don't even know. It was like GoDaddy's making dreams come true or something. Make your dreams come true. I was just like, honestly, I have never thought of GoDaddy as something synonymous with my dreams. I haven't even gone to GoDaddy.
I think I know what they were going for. I mean, GoDaddy does all hosting, URL selling. They do this whole thing now where they provide, like, they'll make your website for you. They have some like really easy out of the box website, takes a couple minutes to do or something like that. So I guess they're trying to go with this angle that, you know, you can start your home business or whatever you want to do finally, and GoDaddy will make it easy for people to know who you are. So they're making dreams come true. The problem,
Reaching.
I think, for me with that is GoDaddy sells lies because they don't make dreams come true. I pay for GoDaddy. I have GoDaddy, and I wanted to love GoDaddy. I really did. They were nice. They had good customer service, and then they started fucking with my website and ruining URLs and giving me 404s and heartbreaks. And I might be getting a little too off the handle, but the point is, they were selling me lies. And after I started calling support to tell them what they did wrong, they tried to tell me what I did wrong. And I wasn't wrong. Bitches ain't selling anybody a dream.
Mm,
They're selling
mm,
people lies, just
mm,
lies. So
mm.
maybe if they were nicer all the time, honest, maybe I could like go with that. But bitch, you should have kept your day job. Don't fuck with GoDaddy.
But I think it's reaching. I think that a business can be someone's true dream, but it can also be a means to an end. So for you to market something as my dream, and I have, let's just say, I have no idea what your services and offerings are. I was rather confused when I saw someone quit their job. I don't know what I think that you do. you're making dreams come true. I think you're next to Disney. I don't know what you're doing. I honestly don't. And I think that that's the problem with commercials. They're going for that shock and awe, but they're missing the true message of a commercial coming from a marketer and a media buyer, that it's really sad to see people buying millions of dollars worth of advertising and it doesn't translate well, and I think that that's a miss
I think
for the brand.
GoDaddy, I'm not even counting them so much in this like Super Bowl commercial fiasco because they're a little off to the side as far as I'm concerned. With their standard commercials, they're kind of like the Skittles and Starburst of like technical commercials. Some of the shit that they do is just like I don't really get it. It's a man doing a split in like the bakery playing the drums while somebody's trying to bake bread, like Game On or some shit. Like it's real. Some of the stuff that they do is a little weird and does not directly correlate to their services. Like you have to already know a little bit about work, and I'm not sure what kind of recognition they have, but they're a little off in general.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I don't think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But speaking of things that we're doing that we're not supposed to be doing, is bumping loud music. And Naya, you know, like I know, that the neighbors just don't like you. The neighbors know your name. Or if they don't know your name, they know your music. And if the neighbors don't know my name, they know my singing because they got a noise violation. And I'm actually very pissed about it because if the people down the hall with their kids that ride the bikes down the hall and scream all night long, you think that they don't get noise violations? You're complaining about me who's singing in my apartment for a performance, for a wedding performance, is distracting? You don't think that kids riding down the hall is distracting? I think you're a little misguided. I think that you may need a hearing aid. I think that you may need to move. I think that you may need to get a clue. Buy one. Anyway, I'm not mad. Anyway, um, but anyway, talking about spats over loud music is that right now it's going to trial. Michael Dunn and Jordan Davis. The trial is going to trial this week, actually on Thursday, and basically it was a spat over loud music. So Michael Dunn, on Thanksgiving of 2012, was leaving a wedding with his girlfriend and going to a bed and breakfast. On their way, they stopped at a gas station in which they were annoyed by a nearby car playing very loud music with 4 teens in it. Michael went off to talk to the car to ask them could they lower the music. The girlfriend was in the convenience store. Long story short, Michael Dunn says that he saw them pull out a gun or threaten his life or something or other, and he fires shots at their car, killing Jordan Davis, that was 17. Um, and then they proceeded, so Michael Dunn and his girlfriend proceeded to go to the bed and breakfast where they ordered pizza. As if having a celebration, because I feel like pizza is celebratory. And now he's up for trial for, I believe, manslaughter or first degree murder. It's first degree murder. And yeah, it's going to trial this Thursday, and it is speculated that the trial will not last beyond Valentine's Day, probably because the facts are the facts, and he probably is a little guilty.
Well, I mean, we thought the facts were the facts when it came to Trayvon Martin's case, and that didn't go how a lot of people had hoped it went. And now George Zimmerman is a celebrity because he is about to entertain the world in a celebrity boxing match against DMX. Thought it was the game before, but now it's DMX.
Is it DMX?
So who knows? Like, this Michael Dunn guy could be the next Zimmerman. We have absolutely no idea how this can go. I don't even want to get my feelings attached to the outcome of this. I mean, this isn't new, and it was happening. A lot of it was happening around the same time as people were um, paying attention to the Trayvon Martin case. So this kind of got pushed to the side, but it was the same. It was a very, very similar situation, except there were and the people, the teens were in the car. They didn't like hop out of the car, run up on the guy. They were in their car, so they were approached, and it turned out this way. I mean, you drive up to a parking lot to a convenience store. You're not even going to be there long. So if the kids next to you have music that's too loud, who are you to go and tell them that they need to turn it down? You're not even staying. Like, go do what you have to do in the store and get the hell out of there. Why must you stop and regulate and tell people how they're supposed to play their music? If nobody said anything to them before, you're not staying. It doesn't matter. How that results in you killing a teenager, I'll never understand, because you really had no business talking to him in the first place. Like, close your windows. You should be there 5 minutes or less. It's not that deep. It's never that deep. And now somebody's dead. Now as a young black teen, dead because when we boil it all down, some white guy walked up to him and told him, turn your music down.
It's just ridiculous, and I think that these cases are coming too fast. Like, it just seems like they're just very frequent, and I feel like it's no need to kill people. Why kill people? I just really don't understand that. And there was another girl who died. She was asking for help. She went up to someone's house and was asking for help, and they shot her in the face or in the head or something like that. Um, and those people are saying it was self-defense, like they felt endangered. Come on. It just doesn't, none of
She had
these
gotten in a bad
things.
accident and got out of her
Yeah.
car and I don't think she ran. She got to the nearest house and they killed her.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it makes no sense why people have to die. I don't understand why anybody is dying in any of these instances, but I just want to leave this alone because obviously it's making me very upset. And on a lighter note, Valentine's Day is around the corner, and we are due for another install of Naya's prostitution. I mean, Naya's steps to getting a Valentine's Day date. So definitely take it away. Take it away. What kinds of things can you do right now that Valentine's Day is next week, next Friday? It seems like such a short time to get a date.
First of all, let me just clear some things up. This is not prostitution, okay? Because I'm not encouraging anybody to sell their bodies for sex. That is not what I'm encouraging people to do. I'm not encouraging you to sell your body. Anything that has to do with your body your body can also be a tool to help you get what you want. I'm not telling you to sell it. No, that's not what I'm telling you to do. So just clear that up.
Let's clear it.
Yes, we are down to the wire at this point. So by now, you should have narrowed your interest to about one or two people at this point. Unless you're trying to go for like 2 dates in a night, then you should be at 2 or 3 right now. So you really should have already gotten to the point where if they're going to be free on Valentine's Day. Don't be at this point and you're not sure if they got plans, they're going somewhere, if they want to do something with somebody. Like, you need to make sure they even know what day it is. Like, it's a Friday night. All it is a regular Friday night. Now, on the one hand, that can be a good thing because, it's a convenient thing to do. Go out on a date on a Friday night. Cool. Just be casual about it if that's what you want to do. Play it down and still get your Valentine's Day date. Whatever. You can go ahead and do that. However, it's Friday night. So, like, it's easy to already have something to do because it's just Friday night. So make no assumptions at this point. If you don't know if this person is free or not, you're probably screwed. because you should really be pretty sure that you and this person are doing something this Friday night. Now, I know we started this whole thing pretty late in the game. You could have started before Christmas, but we weren't even on that tip. This was the last minute snatch them up. Okay.
Before Christmas?
I'm sorry, did you say something?
No.
Thanks. So there's that. Also, I mean, you should be communicating with this person on a regular basis. So depending on how you know this person, if you know them from work, great. If you talk to them at work, if you only talk to them at work, you're a little screwed. You need some other form of communication, and it needs to happen not 9 to 5. If you're talking on your little office chat, ain't enough. That ain't enough. You need to take it a little step further than that. If this is like the guy who bags the bags at the grocery store, like, don't go there every day buying some soap, buying some salad, buying some like magazine that you don't even read but makes you look smart. You running out of money doing shit you ain't got to do. You just need to figure out how to talk to him outside of there. So make sure that you're having some kind of contact with this person outside of how you know them. Also, if you are pretty confident in the fact that you will be spending Valentine's Day with this person, you better know what you're going to wear. Why? You don't want to be running around the day before Valentine's Day trying to figure out what the hell to wear. It's weekdays. So you ain't got the whole week to be running around. You probably got a job or something to do. You don't need that extra stress. That stress ain't going to look good on you. 1. 2, you need to make sure you can fit it and that it's clean. No stains, you're not going to want that. So just make sure that all of those things are taken care of. And if it's still a little tight, then maybe you need to go back to the grocery store and get a couple more salads and, drink some water and work that out for a couple of days. I said maybe. What? That ain't for all of us because I wouldn't be doing no shit like that. I'm sometimes allergic to salad if it ain't got no meat in it. So I can't really help you with that. However, that might be the thing that you're about. All I'm saying is don't be stressed out on the day or the night before because you don't actually know what you're going to wear. It can be easy to overlook when you're over here trying to, catch your prey. But don't forget that this is all means to an end, and you need to be dressed at the end. Well, not the end, that's on you. But at that point in the night, when it starts, you need to have on some clothes or something. So know what you're going to wear. I don't know. Do I have anything else? Did I leave anything else out that people don't know? You have any tips, Jasmine?
I do have tips.
No tips?
If you were spending Thanksgiving, if you're sitting Valentine's Day alone like me, you could have a great feast. I plan on having a great seafood feast. I'm taking the day off, going to the movies. I plan to look very nice and, just kick back and relaxing. If you're trying to get a date or get money on the nightstand or a meal, like, I don't know, follow that shit that Naya was saying.
Hold on. Let me just point something out, though. Even though you're spending Valentine's Day with yourself, you still have a plan, okay? Throw shade at people who are trying to spend some Valentine's Day time with somebody else. Throw shade if you want. But even you have a plan. I'm just trying to help them, figure out how to take some of the steps, to have a plan to get what they want to. And there are going to be some things that, maybe they'll forget or, I'm sure I left out a lot of things. This isn't a very detailed guide. This is really the cliff notes, bullet points, couple things here and there that you might need to know. But you have a plan. You know that you're going to be free on that day. You've made sure to clear your schedule. You're not even going to work. You're going to go have a pedicure and do all these things. And you have a buffet plan. It's a plan. And that's okay. And that at the end of the day, you're going to be happy with that. Why are you throwing shade on other people just because they want to do something different?
I never threw any shade at anybody. I just said if you want dollars on the nightstand or a meal on your table, then follow whatever you're saying. I am advocating for whatever you're doing. But anyway, I'd say do you, have fun, and be safe. Don't use saran wrap.
Be safe.
Only use condoms. Please use condoms. Because people are not clean out here in these streets, and you don't want to be catching nothing. Because the next Valentine's Day, you need to be telling secrets before you have a dinner, and that ain't cute, mama. But anyway, or boy. So anyway, this has been Real on the Spill with Jasmine and I. You can hit us up on email at thespilltalkshow@gmail.com, on Twitter for Naya at
YEEZ.
or Jasmine at getting to the number two Jazzy, GETTIN number two JAZZY. And it's been real. Keep sipping. We encourage it, and have a good night. See ya.